in Department of Pharmacology. On the behalf of ISF College of Pharmacy, I welcome you all in E-Lab Experimental Series. The aim of today's experiment is to record DRC, bioassay and pH value. Drug response curve, bioassay, which means to find out the unknown concentration of compound, and pH value to confirm the potency or potential of antagonist. Before start the DRC, bioassay or PA2, there are some basic requirements in which we required a specific surgical kit. As you can see, this is a surgical kit where name, roll number, course is mentioned. Now I am going to explore one by one the basic equipments and the articles to perform the bioassay. As you can see, the gum that is for to paste the chymograph paper, one towel, Dettol hand wash and liquid Dettol to sanitize and to disinfect the articles, sanitizer, cotton. Now I am going to explore the different forceps, scissors, surgical handles and syringes which will be used in DRC experiment. So there are variety of scissors. As you can see, these scissors will use to cut the tissue. Now I am going to explore the different types of forceps. As you can see, this is blunt forceps. This is sharp forceps and this is smooth forceps. Forceps are used for different purposes. This is arterial forceps. These are surgical handles that will use to cut the fundus. This is surgical blade to make the strips of fundus also. This is tuberculin insulin syringe which will be used to inject the concentrated or diluted solution into organ bath. This is needle 26 number. For safety purpose, we required some bandages also. And the important is, this is suture that is used to tie the ileum or colon. And there is a specific scissor known as curved scissor which we'll also use. This is the surgical thread which is used to tie the fundus, ileum, colon or any smooth muscle tissue into the organ tube. So this is a complete setup. Glassware that is required to perform the drug response curve, bioassay or pH value, where especially the 1000 ml beaker to prepare the PSS, physiological salt solution, micropipette, 10 ml beaker, glass pipette, we can use plastic beaker also, measuring cylinders 50 ml, 25 ml, and to retain the tissue we required china dish. So these are the basic glasswares that we will use in our experiment. The PSS that we require for chick ileum is thyroid solution, where we use sodium chloride, potassium chloride, calcium chloride, sodium hydrogen carbonate, disodium hydrogen phosphate, and glucose. Hello everyone. Now I am going to explain the whole student organ bath assembly. As you are seeing, this portion is known as kymograph machine. This is kymograph drum where kymograph paper is pasted. This whole assembly is known as student organ bath. Why we called it student organ bath? Because as you can see, this is organ tube where we mount the smooth muscles and other tissues of the organs. This is frontal writing lever that is balanced. The mid of this lever is known as fulcrum. This is reservoir that is attached to the organ tube to supply the physiological salt solution. These are X boards that holds the lever and aeration tube. This is aerator to supply the oxygen to the tissue. This is mechanical stirrer to maintain, or you can understand in an easy way, to maintain the temperature 37 degrees centigrade. The temperature regulators and the thermostat is present this side. So this is whole student organ bath assembly. As you can see, we are using chick ileum as a tissue sample in student organ bath experiment. The first step is to clean the smooth muscle of chick ileum. So I am going to demonstrate to clean and to make knot in smooth muscle of chick ileum. For this purpose, you require 3 to 4 centimeter of chick ileum. As you can see, this chick's ileum. Now the next step is to clean this chick ileum with the help of syringe, so that the extra fecal material can be separated out. Try to remember, do not tightly hold this tissue so that the receptors should not be damaged. Now I am going to show you very closely a neat and clean tissue. Now we are going to tie this tissue with the help of suture. This is C-shaped suture, which we are going to make 2 knots. One is for loop and second is for frontal writing lever. So to make the knot, we have to hold this tissue Now you can see do not touch this tissue with your hands. Always try to use forceps to make the knots. Try to make maximum 3 knots so that tissue should not separate out from the organ tube. Now we are going to make loop. And this is very sensitive and very crucial step. Perform this step very carefully so that loop should not be disturbed. So now you can see the perfect loop at the end of ileum. Now we are going to make the upper length of this tissue. Now we are going to add another thread on the alternate side of this cheek ileum. Always try to remember that the knot should be on opposite side, because to maintain the strength as well as the binding of the drug on the tissue should be maintained. So the loop, opposite side of the loop, we are going to tie our another thread. पॉज करते हैं. So you can see I am going to tie this loop on confirm and check the mouth, or you can say the front of this tissue should be open so that the drug easily enter into the muscle and bind on the receptor. So now you can see the perfect position of this tissue. Now we are going to mount our tissue in student organ bath with the help of frontal writing lever. As you can see, this knot from where the frontal writing lever is attached is known as fulcrum. Fulcrum to tip of this lever divided by fulcrum to tissue binding is known as magnification value. Why we required to maintain the magnification value? Because in case of involuntary muscles such as smooth muscles like fundus, ileum, colon, trachea, in these muscles we required low magnification value. And in case of voluntary muscles such as rectus abdominis, or that we isolated from the frog, the skeletal muscle, in that case we required high magnification value, because in involuntary muscles like GIT muscles, there is spontaneity. You can easily understand that spontaneity means the peristalsis movement. So to stabilize the tissue, we decrease the magnification value. So today we are using Chick ilium, and now I am going to demonstrate how to mount this tissue into the organ tube. So as you know, we already make a loop. Before start the experiment, first confirm whether, as you can see with my finger, where is the bubble rate. The bubble rate should be 8 to 10 bubbles in 10 seconds. So you can see this is aerator. Now I am going to attach the loop with the aerator. Now you can see the tissue is attached with the end of this aerator. The temperature of this organ bath is maintained at 37 degrees centigrade. Now it's time to tie our tissue to the frontal writing lever. Do not rush while tie this tissue to this lever, because if you will make hurriness, then tissue can be damaged. First make a strong knot and check the lever should be balanced. Now pull up this X board until the height of this tissue. When there is tension on the tissue, then try to make a second knot Now just to make a little strength, as we know there is tension in tissue, so we are going to apply a post weight at the same distance where tissue is tied. Just increase it. Now you can see the perfect binding of this lever. As you can see, this is GIT smooth muscle, so there is spontaneity, which you can see that lever is moving up and down. This type of movement is known as spontaneity or peristalsis movement. Now our next step is to attach this frontal writing lever to the kymograph drum. The drum is smoked . Always remember one thing, this shaft and the frontal writing lever, this should be in 90 degree. They should be in front of each other. So now within half an hour we will try to make responses. In this period we will wash this tissue 3 to 4 times. We set our drum speed at 128 minutes per revolution. The one response of DRC is of total 5 minutes, in which 30-second baseline, 90-second response and 2 to 3 minute relaxation period. In relaxation period, we are trying to wash our tissue 3 to 4 times with PSS. In this experiment, we are using chick ileum and the PSS we are using is thyroid solution. Before start the experiment, we have to prepare the stock solution of chemical. In this DRC, we are using acetylcholine as a drug to produce the response curves. For this purpose, we required stock solution of acetylcholine 1 mg per ml and prepare the dilutions, dilution 1, dilution 2, dilution 3 and dilution 4 according to bath capacity. As you know, we prepare 4 dilutions to take the DRC. Always try to remember, do not take first DRC from concentrated stock solution because receptor can be desensitized. Therefore, always try to use 4th dilution. If response is coming, then continue. If from 4th dilution response is not coming, then try 3rd dilution. In the same way, if in 3rd dilution response is not coming, then go to 2nd dilution. So let's start. Now in our DRC experiment, we are using 4th dilution. The volume is 0.1 ml and the concentration is 30 nanogram. Now you can see tissue is balanced, aeration is proper. Now we are adding 4th dilution 0.1 ml. For this, first we will switch on the kymograph machine for 30 seconds. After 30 seconds, now we are adding 0.1 ml of 4th dilution. As you can see, the lever is going up. We will start the drum for 90 seconds so that response can be maintained. Here you can see the previous responses. After 90 seconds, now we will wash the tissue with PSS so the drug can unbound from the muscle receptors. So as you are seeing, from organ tube we are washing outward the PSS. As well as PSS is going inside, the tissue becomes relaxed and liver goes down. During washing, remember the kymograph machine and drum should be off. Now you are seeing the lever is going down. Now you are seeing lever is going down. So from the baseline, again repeat the response with 0.2 ml at 4 dilution. Now you can see at 4 dilution 0.1 ml. This is response. As gradually when you will increase the concentration, the response will be go up. For bioassay, we can do 4-point bioassay and 6-point bioassay. In 4-point bioassay, we have to select 2 responses from DRC, as you can see in this. You have to select S1 and S2. With the help of S1 and S2, you need to standardize whether the same response is coming or not. As you can see, the proper labeling of DRC where in front of experiment. These are the parameters such as bath capacity, temperature, magnification value, concentration of stock solution, standard concentration, assembly number, date and student name. On the other side, in bioassay, we required unknown concentration of test sample. For this, the concentration of T1, T2, what was the assembly partner, aeration and drum speed. In bioassay, first we will try to make DRC, then select S1, S2 in same dilution and make the same dilution for test compound T1 and T2. Then try to make S1, S2, T1, T2. In the same response, we have to make 4 different cycles. S1, S2, T1, T2, S2, T1, T2, S1, T1, T2, S2, S1, T2, S1, S2, T1. After this, we can calculate the final concentration of unknown compound. In PA2, here is an example to calculate PA2 value of atropine using acetylcholine as an agonist employing chick helium preparation. With the help of chick helium, in the same way, first we have to make the DRC at different concentration. After that, you have to select 2 standard concentrations and then you have to test your agonist acetylcholine in comparison with antagonist atropine, because PA2 value means the concentration of an antagonist to antagonize the 50% of agonist response. So with the help of this bioassay and PA2 value, you can further proceed.